and we're off.
Derailleurs are pretty simple.
Yeah.
They have 2 limit screws and then a cable with which you tension.
Okay.
Limit screws, you have a high limit screw for the high and the low limit screw. Yeah.
Jennifer from Mars. She's got till 11:30, but she's got
Okay. Alright.
Watch the wheels and trying to get the wheels up.
Okay. Cool. So you have a top limit screw and a bottom limit screw, and they set the maximum that this derailleur can move.
Right.
So if it's coming off the top, then you need to screw in the top limit screw high.
Right.
Now, often they'll be labelled high and low, and if they're not, you can normally tell. So I would say, as this comes in like that, I'm going to go that this is the high. Ideally, when you're in your top gear,
yeah,
at the front, high gear at the front, and the top gear at the back, the small, you want it tight so that the derailleur's almost touching,
yeah,
but not quite.
Got you.
Now, generally they're not completely
uniform?
True.
Okay.
So they have a bit of a buckle, so you want to sort of find out where the tight point is. There, and then just tighten it up. You don't want it rubbing, you see. Sometimes it helps just to take the tension off. You can skew that in a little bit. So now that's not rubbing, but it's as close as it'll get. So now it shouldn't come off the top. It won't go up any further. It doesn't matter how hard you push. Now, with derailleur adjustment, in the stand is no substitute for on the road, because under load it does
totally
behave
different,
differently.
isn't it? Yeah, yeah.
So it's a good starting point. If you find that it's still coming off, then what you should do is tighten up this outer screw a little bit more. Just not a lot. What we're talking about here is, turning. If you're turning from like less than a quarter of a turn, and that'll make quite a significant difference, and it might start rubbing. So. Then go down to the small gear, take this up. So, down to the small gear there. Is it coming off? It's not coming off the inside because you've got something to stop it coming off the inside there. So, then the indexing seems fine. Just one. Check it. It's rubbing a little bit there, which is kind of normal.
Right.
Because
it's a compromise, really.
Yeah, basically, with this many gears, you're not going to have a front derailleur that will be able to handle the full range of the rear without rubbing a little bit.
Yeah, yeah.
So now
so it's choosing a gear that doesn't rub, really.
On the inside, it's not rubbing. What you could do, if you wanted, add a little bit of tension here. Tension here.
Right, I see.
That will bring, so you unscrew this to add some tension. That will bring it over towards me. The cable pulls it this way. The cable pulls it this way. So you add a bit of tension and that will, so now it's rubbing just a touch on there.
Yeah. Generally don't ride on the middle ring anyway.
And not rubbing on there.
Yeah, nice.
Take off a little bit of that tension and just put on. Okay, so, and then the front's fine. The rear, start with the middle, because the middle's a good place to start. One clip. downs are coming down really nicely, or ups actually. But
right, yeah.
The only place where it seems a little funny is there.
Yeah, right.
Sort of wanting to go up a bit too far. So let's put it in the middle and then just have a look where we're at with the alignment.
Right, I'll stop this.
So as we look at that, what you want to see is this jockey wheel being parallel to this sprocket here. But there's a slight angle on it there.
Right.
Also you want to see that this chain should be roughly in the middle between these two sprockets.
Okay.
And it is.
Right.
So your adjustment there is pretty good. You could possibly come just a little bit this way. So just a touch there.
Yeah.
I'm here till 2, but I'm fully booked for today.
It's fully booked?
Yeah. If you want to go and talk to those guys over there, they can put you in for another session.
Okay, it's not for me. I was just going to tell my friend because she was complaining.
Okay. Yeah, so this here, the last, I think that's actually the lever. That change there, I think it's the lever.
Yeah, right.
The lever at that point is just tending towards over-pressing. Because the gears are changing fine.
Mhm.
Yeah, so